Hello and welcome back to another Amflow video. Today we've started adjusting the settings on the bike. So we've got several modes. We've got economy mode, which is just taking the weight of the bike off me. We've got an eco mode, somewhat long distance. We've got a turn down auto mode. Be interested to see how that works today. We've got a trail. We've got a downhill mode. Now that one's here. Let me just turn the gears up. Downhill mode's one I'm playing with. I just want a mode that gives me an initial kick out when we're doing some downhill sections, but isn't too consuming on the battery. So that's up in the air. We've then got a dial down turbo. Nothing too silly when it gets a bit steep and you need that bit extra. We've got a ludicrous in between sort of turbo and boost, and that's a dialed down original turbo really. So we're giving that one a go. Again, we'll see how that one goes. And yeah, we're just going to test them out, see how they go. I'm more interested, and most of my time will be spent in economy, eco and auto, if I'm completely honest. So the balance there is most important. The downhill one is something I'm playing with. I don't want too much kick out of corners, but I want a nice little boost when I need it. So that'll be interesting. Trying to get that so it's somewhat low power. And then the others are just, they just play with modes. So we'll see how we get on. We're going to do a bit of riding, a couple of trails on local. I'll put all the settings I'm using for test in the description. Feel free to give me your thoughts on any of the modes, especially the downhill one, and I'll let you know what I think of them as I go along really. Rightio. We've got some squeaking going on with the bike and we don't know what that is, but we're now dropping into one little run, not as much as a downhill as a long flowy track, a little overgrown, but we'll see how this bloody hell, it's really overgrown. We'll see how this downhill mode feels as it gets out. I'm feeling a little bit rusty. Again, the mode is just, hopefully, to give us a punch when we need a punch. Be more suited to firmy, twisty tracks than it would this. I've not done any real trail sessioning with it yet. I've just let a fly. Come up on Will. God, this is slow. I hardly got a pedal in, but the pedal I got in felt good. Give me that bit of a punch. Again, I put the settings on screen. Don't think we're going to get a true test of this mode today, if I'm honest with you. Certainly not here. Ahead, right, I'll watch for you at bottom. Careful. Right, that's fine. Will's a bit on the new bike, so he's not so sure about coming down, but I think he's got it. So that was definitely not the run for downhill mode. Emo twist and turns. That was an eco drop in really. Feeling a bit stiff on the bike, need warm up. Tyre pressures are a bit high because I forgot to adjust them, and I'm running the muck off big bore valves. Running the muck off big bore valves, so I can't just easily adjust them when I'm on the trail side. So we're at 30 psi in each after I'd converted them. So oops. Yeah, so we're on a little techie rock bit here. It gets a bit steeper up here. Just thought I'd give auto a go on this slippy nasty stuff. See how that feels. And auto's feeling all right in the lower gears, giving me that really good range of power again. Not sure if we can get up here. We won't get up in there in auto. I'm not sure if we'll get up in trail, but we'll give it a go. Whoa, no. We won't get up there in trail either, that's a spin out. I need to come in faster at that. Trail will start to pop me, so we need to work on that for the steep. Yeah, on that bit then it was, I didn't really go into it with any real speed. Seat angle was wrong, but power was probably just a tad too much for me to get up the, I mean, you won't have seen how steep it was, but yeah, there was a bit of steepness to it. So we got back in auto, give this climb a go here. Right. Now we're on some steep, slippy tech. Moving into trail for this. I'll put all the settings on screen, but trail settings are on screen now. A little bit of slipping out there. This is super slippy. It's like a riverbed really. Just twisted my knee as well, spinning the bike around, so that was great. Then we go up here, and there's a little section near a gate. I've not managed to get up yet, so we'll have a look at that. Right, auto was more enough to get up there as well, but this is the bit I've never managed to really get through. So let's have a go. Still didn't get through. I shit it when I get to there. So I'm just trundling along in Eco at the moment. I am not feeling a huge difference in between Eco and Auto. So, yeah mate, not feeling a huge difference between Eco and Auto. So they probably need adjusting. I'm not feeling any difference to be honest. Might be a bit better when I get to something a bit steeper, which we'll try in a minute. But I want each mode to be a gradual lift up instead of a big jump from the one before it. Because there's nothing worse than taking a jump down more than anything really. Trying to get them as like a nice transition crossover. Apart from maybe economy. I've used quite a bit of battery in that though, because I've just been cycling through them modes a little bit. It's gone more than I thought it would. We'll have a go on this climb in Eco and Auto in a minute. Right, so we're in 5th gear in Eco. Let's get on this steady bit, so looks like a very similar incline all the way up. So we're getting up, bit of resistance, nothing major, get your heartbeat going. And we'll go into Auto. Yeah, there you go. As we've got the incline now, I can feel the assistance level kicking in. And then going back down as a change. So we have got a step up, it's just not obvious on the flat. And to be honest, a lot of modes aren't, to be completely real with you. So that's interesting. So Auto, a bit more. Trail, we really start going. Downhill is, it's a mode of its own. Turbo, nice. Ludicrous. We're really getting up there then. Interesting. So I've got further up this road climb. It is apparent the Auto that I loved from the first ride isn't really here in the parameters that I've set. So I maybe want to adjust those a little bit. But time will tell. I've got a big ride Sunday, I say big, about 30 mile. I don't know how much climbing we'll do. But that'll be my baseline for Eco Auto Economy then, to see what play I have in them or what I need to adjust, and then I can go from there. Hopefully I can get a little bit more from the Auto mode, and then when it comes for the big mountain days we can just see again. So it might be that I need to keep some save settings somewhere for different days. Today's feeling more like a ride than a ride along, like when I did the Auto test in the last video. Very adjustable bike, love it. Just gave the downhill a go, just around a corner then, it felt quite nice actually. I'm going to give trail a little run on this bit here, a little bit off track beaten. I needed one gear higher there. felt all right, but it wasn't too steep, that, just a bit bumpy and rutty. On to the next. So what I'll say is all the modes are now very different. The riding I'm doing here tonight is not the best showcase of it. Sunday will probably be better. So I'll just enjoy some riding. Just getting a bit of a feel for the bike, I think, really now. Right, let's drop into our downhill mode, although it's not really gonna do too much on this run. Just giving me a bit of a punch at my pedals. This is like a quarry run down, just a bit overgrown. I've got Will with me, so I'm just taking it easy. Again, just want to get a feel for the bike. The other day I felt well confident on it. Today not so much, but it's been a long week. So it is what it is. Couple of rocks there, Will. Do wait here for him, and then we'll go again. Will is back with us. Lads I ride with that showed us this, like do this one rapid, but I'm always at the back when I ride with anyone. Ride me along lines. The brakes are much better now. I'll do a review on the brakes in the next couple of weeks, but they're bedded in over about 30 mile. I'll just wait for Will. Well done, mate. It's just a bit bumpy there. Take pedal. Okay. Oh. Have you ended up in that bush, kid? I'm coming. I got you on camera. Go on, bud. Well, William down here with something a bit more we can chew yet. Well, we'll see how he gets on. Right, just stay nice and steady here, Will, yeah? Follow the main path. Do you know what, I can't remember if it gets quite tasty. There's a bit of a drop here, not much. Say not much, a bit of pedal. And I'm off. So I'll just show you this one. I've been doing this on the Levo, but you could see a lot more. And I forgot how janky it was. But this here is what I've just hit the bike on. Didn't really see it coming up. There's no way I'm sending this one down it. So the trails today aren't working out to plan. Super stiff, but we're going to go and do some more. Like I said, the settings, these will be subject to a test probably tomorrow, and then one in a couple of weeks before I make any final decisions. I do think there's not enough in between Eco and Auto. The Auto that I loved the other night is now not here, but that Auto would also drain my battery in the wrong circumstances, mainly climbing. So maybe I need to revisit those base settings, but with a bit less torque on it, and a bit less power. So I'll have a think about that. Right, so I've just reset trail mode. No, sorry, I've just reset Auto into the Auto I love from the first couple of rides I've had. In the app, it tells me I've lost about 5 mile of range with it. So that'd be interesting, but I'm already so much happier riding it. So I need to find that balance of a happy Auto and range. Now, when I hired one of these a few weeks ago, with the Auto, I kept all the assists as it came, but I just lowered the top end power and the max watts that it would put out as well, and it still felt quite nice. So maybe I just need to slight tweak them. So I'm going to run Auto standard for a bit, then just give them a nudge down. On the bigger days, I need that Auto. That'll do range as well. But for days like this, standard Auto is brilliant. It's just nice. It's effortless, like driving a bloody couch. So that balance needs to be there. Eco and economy I'm quite happy with. So they'll be interesting on the longer ride we do. But this auto one I need to set, and then I need to find out how far away trail turbo and ludicrous is now from the standard auto, so I'll look at that later. What I've noticed in the app as well, auto and trail are the only ones that you can carry through a sort of range of assistance, I think. So what I need to do is look if they're offering the same tunability settings, and then from there I might be able to do a low range auto and a high range auto. It's just labelled as turbo, so that'd be interesting, and then adapt other things to be the trail, etc. Have a look at that as well later. Let's have a go at this little climb up in standard bike auto, and as I thought, that isn't really an issue. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to rally back down and then try it in that adapted trail that I had, that I struggled to get up that bit earlier, but it was extremely steep, and I went into it with very much of a run, so that would be interesting. So I'll see what each mode does here. So now we're in trail, see what my trail feels like. Oh, trail's struggling actually compared to the auto, but remember everything has been adapted from standard, so auto might be overpowering the trail adapted one I had. So we'll go back and we'll give Tubby a go. Okay, adapted turbo climb. See if I need downshift with this. No. Turbo's up, no problem. Turbo is turned down from standard, but that turbo felt a manageable run, but it wasn't as easy as auto. So now we're gonna do the ludicrous setting that I put on. It's just a name, and just have a see what that's like. That gives me a lot more power than the other modes I'm running. I'm not going to bother with boost, because boost is a gimmick. So we're in the same gear as turbo. We'll give this a go, and then I'll try auto one more time and see what it's like. I forgot this little steep run up was here. So this is ludicrous. Ludicrous is fine. Fine. It was better than turbo. Didn't feel too overpowered though, but I had nothing throwing me off. So let's do one more auto run just to compare. Again, auto is in the standard mode, not adapted. So same gear again, auto. Oh fucking hell. Yeah, the base settings in that, it is so different, and that's the feeling I want from this bike, just point and go. So if I can turn standard trail to feel more like that auto, or vice versa, and have one as a toned down version, I think that'll be perfect. Another little techie section for auto. Got to be mindful on the rear brake here, keep yourself under control, but that gets me through absolutely everything. Fucking brilliant setting that is, but so different to everything that I programmed in. Now bear in mind, when I program them all in, program them to give me distance more than anything, and power saving while still giving plenty of the bike. But that's been at the cost of losing that auto that you get in this bike. And if you've not tried it, it's unreal. It really is unreal. Right, let's give this a go on the Levo. It's in turbo, but it's not really turbo because I turned it right down for Will. so I can get up. However, what the bike does here, this is so much harder to do because it just goes dead light. There's no traction to it. There's no nothing. It's a weird feeling. Careful, you. Who's having a drop in on the Amflow? Deciding to jump my bike. Yeah, completely different feeling. That makes it so much easier. So back from the ride now. Learned a few things on the ride. I was quite happy with economy and eco. Not so happy with how the reduced auto is. I think I'm going to change that up again with the assistance levels. Drop the power a little bit more in terms of the wattage and try and keep that assistance zone in, or maybe widen it. And see how that feels then, because it's such an important sort of go everywhere mode, and I want to keep that mode sort of an in-between, give you what you need mode before you get to your trail for your bigger stuff and the more constant power. So I'm going to ride with them settings Sunday that you've just seen me use in this video. Then I'm going to have a see from there, or I might do half the ride Sunday like that, and then change my settings. Again, I've been having a good dual chat with ChatGPT. I've been doing a lot of research, and I just want to get the right feel for the bike while getting more distance out of it. So I'm going to give it a go. Might work, it might not. End of the day, for most of my general riding, the 20 milers, the bike as standard would be fine. But I want to get that sweet nail on the head for going on the bigger rides in the Lake District, the Peak District, etc., where it can be a real strain. So we will see.